Good afternoon. This is the 1 p.m. news from Splash 105.5 FM, the Integrity Station. I'm Ronke Giwa Onafuwa. First, the news headlines. President Buhari seeks global support to develop Niger Basin. Military denies enforcing mass compulsory retirement of officers. On the foreign scene, U.S. President Queen Elizabeth to meet in person after G7 summit. In sport, Arsenal confirmed David Luiz is among players to leave Premier League side. Those are the headlines. Now the news in detail. President Muhammadu Buhari has called for global support for the development of the resources in Niger Basin area, which provides means of livelihood for over 160 million people. The president, who ended a 5-year tenure as the chairman of the Niger Basin Area, NBA, handed over to his successor, President of Burkina Faso, Ronke Giwa, whom he congratulated. The president, while declaring open the virtual 12th summit of heads of state and government of the NBA, said the Niger River, commonly called Joliba in Guinea and Mali, offers enormous development opportunities in the fields of agriculture, animal husbandry, fishing, fish farming, hydropower, hydraulics and navigation. He expressed appreciation to technical and financial partners, including African Development Bank, AFDB, the Global Environmental Fund, the German Financial Corporation, for identifying with the vision and projects of the authority. Buhari urged them to continue to support efforts at developing the area in the fight against pollution and the degradation of ecosystems in order to manage its resources in a sustainable and equitable manner.
It is therefore necessary to continue to promote its enormous potential for the benefit of our people and to improve the socio-economic development of the region. Program for Inherited Development and Adaptation to Climate Change in Niger Basin, financed by African Development Bank, the Global Environment Fund, the German Financial Cooperation and NBA member countries to improve the resilience of the Niger River ecosystems and populations through a sustainable management of natural resources. The program will cover the 9 NBA member countries. Distinguished delegates, it should be noted to our collective delight that these achievements were only possible with your active support.
Former President of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, says Nigeria is dripping with bitterness and sadness in the face of the current socio-economic and political challenges facing the country. According to Obasanjo, the current challenges besetting the nation run contrary to the dreams and aspirations of the founding fathers and what God destined the country to be. He made the assertion on Thursday at the Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library in Abeokuta, Ogun State's capital, when he was presented with a book titled The Man, the General, and the President.
All of us, particularly in this country and now, we have something to contribute to make this country what God has created it to be, a land flowing with milk and honey. Right now, it's a land flowing with bitterness and sadness. That is not what God meant for this country. We must change it, and we must change this narrative. We must even talk to ourselves in civilized language. The language in which we talk to ourselves is at times so atrocious. And
the federal government has been challenged to provide quality leadership for Nigerians, ensure justice, equity, and fairness prevail to address the current pain being experienced by the people. The governor of Benue State, Samuel Otom, gave the charge in Ibadan as a special guest at the commissioning ceremony of the 65 kilometers Moniya Ijayi Ojutaye Isheyin Road. Governor's Office correspondent David Bailey reports that Governor Seyi Makinde described the project as a promise kept on good governance. More details in this report.
The commissioning of 65 kilometers Moniya Ijayi Ojutaye Iseyin Road was part of activities to commemorate Governor Seyi Makinde's second year in office. The road project, flagged off in 2019, was with the aim of opening up the state capital to the Okeogun zone, which is an agricultural hub and food basket of Oyo State, thereby creating access and facilitating economic expansion in the state. In a special address before the commissioning, the special guest of honor and Governor of Benue State, Dr. Samuel Otom, commended Governor Seyi Makinde for giving the people quality governance and implored him to always stand with his people and identify with their pains and concern. He also berated the APC-led federal government and challenged them to give Nigerians true leadership, as well as address the several causes of pains in the country, while urging the people not to lose faith in the Nigerian project.
Let me once again call on the federal government to rise up and give leadership. Our people are in pain. Everyone is faced with security challenges. And without security, there can be no meaningful development. I commend my brother. Within the space of 2 years, we're here to commission, amongst others, a 65 kilometers of road. Don't ever contemplate on leaving your people. Work with them, do what they want, and also help them to give them leadership.
In his keynote address, Governor Seyi Makinde explained that the 9.9 billion naira road project was a worthwhile decision because of its economic significance of facilitating the growth of commerce and industry, noting that the road has a guarantee of 20 years before any rehabilitation and would enable the Okeogun region host a new business district.
Of course, we understood the economic significance of this road, not only to individual residents, but also to the growth of commerce and industry. The Moniya Ijayi Road is the link between Ibadan and Okeogun, Oyo State food basket. So as we drive down this road, I'm sure you will see the economic impact it has with the springing up of farm estates on both sides of the road.
The governor thereafter paid an assessment tour of the Kerego Dam in Iseyin, where he berated the underutilization of the dam and promised to work in synergy with the federal government to explore the tourism and energy potentials of the dam.
I mean, this is a project that the turbines, the alternator was purchased as far back as 1984, and it's wasted now. You can only use the civil structure here. It has nothing to do with the electricity generation. I'm not satisfied with what I've seen here. They've wasted Nigeria's money, but whatever we can salvage. We're not only looking at electricity generation here. We're looking at the tourism potential here. Actually, that is the meat for us. This may be our own Sun City resort.
Shortly thereafter, Governor Seyi Makinde visited the National Youth Service Corps Orientation Camp, where he raised the morale of corps members with an increase of their state allowance from 5,000 naira to 15,000 naira.
Parting gift for me this evening is to let you know that I've asked that that be increased to 15,000 naira.
From Iseyin, David Bello reporting.
A school attendant has been released few hours after some gunmen hijacked a school bus and abducted the staff of the private school on Thursday morning in Ondo State. The gunmen at about 6:30 a.m. on Thursday abducted her and hijacked the private school bus in Obaile Estate of Akure North local government area of Ondo State. A staff of the school, Lufunke Oloye, explaining to journalists how the incident happened, said the victim was later released near Ilaramokin, a neighboring town, while the hoodlum took the school bus away. Police authorities in reaction said the incident is a case of theft and not abduction. The spokesperson of the command, T. Leo Ikoro, while addressing journalists, also confirmed that the attendant has been released. He noted that the police are on the trail of the hoodlums, hoping to apprehend them and recover the bus as soon as possible. He appealed to the law-abiding residents of the state not to be apprehensive, as the police is in control of the situation and ever ready to secure their lives and property. Military authorities have dispelled the rumor of mass compulsory retirement of senior military officers following the appointment of the new Chief of Army Staff, Major General Farouk Yahya. The Acting Director of Defense Media Operation, Brigadier General Bernard Onyoko, faltered the claim at a press conference on Thursday at the Defense Headquarters in Abuja, the nation's capital. The military spokesman also highlighted some of the feats recorded by troops in the course of various operations in parts of the country. According to him, there is no gainsaying that the military and the security agencies are committed to ensuring peace returns to the country. Onyoko also assured Nigerians that the military remain resolute to take decisive and adequate actions to abate the activities of terrorists and bandits, as well as other vices in Nigeria. The Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, Brigadier General Shuaibu Ibrahim, says Corps members are part of the national defense policy of Nigeria and can be mobilized for war if need be. Ibrahim said this while reacting to moves to scrap the NYSC scheme, which is compulsory for all Nigerians who graduate.
ó ṣe ojúlówó wires and cable jáde. Olú iléeṣẹ́ Purechem Wires and Cables Limited wà ní Afrin's Compound, Fort Gate, number 122/132, Oṣòdì Apapa Expressway, Ìyànà Ìsọlọ̀ bus stop, Lagos. Ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wọn ní 080-803-03257. Purechem Wires and Cables. Ìrọ̀rùn fi iná mọ̀nàmọ́ná.
láti ní ojúlówó mọ̀ tó nílò tó fi darapọ̀ mọ́ṣẹ́ gbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ tó sì dakọ́ṣẹ́ mọṣẹ́ tí mùṣemúṣe ẹ̀dá múṣẹ́ yàtọ̀. Splash FM Media Academy ti pèsè ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó gàgàǹgbá fún gbogbo ẹni tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ láti dojúlówó agbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ tàbí ẹni tó fẹ́ fìmọ̀ kúmọ̀ nídìí iṣẹ́ gbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ tẹ́sí gbàwé ẹ̀rí mo yege. Àwọn ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ Splash FM Media Academy dá lórí Introduction to Presentation, Program and Content Development, Journalism, Basic Production, Digital Media, Yorùbá Presentation, tó ń tì ìtọ́sọ́nà lórí ìṣẹ́ni pẹ̀lú àwọn gbajúgbajà agbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́. Fún ìforúkọsílẹ̀ àti ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé ẹ lọ sí Splash FM Media Academy tó wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ White House Fẹ́lẹ́lẹ̀ Ìbàdàn tàbí kẹ́ ẹ kàn sójú òpó ìtàkùn àgbáyé wa pẹ̀lú www.splashfm1055.com/academy 0705-439-3332 tàbí 0805-699-8676. ẹ sì lè kàn sórí Facebook, Twitter àti Instagram wa @Splash FM Media Academy. Mú àlá rẹ ṣẹ láti dojúlówó agbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ lónìí. Splash FM Media Academy à ń fọmọlúwàbí ṣe iṣẹ́ ìgbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ lọ́jọ́.
Òkú ọmọ kì í ṣe tèmi àtòkú aya o.
Ẹni àfàdúrà gbáre o. Ó tó yẹ ká lọ kọ gbogbo nta àfẹ nínú pàdé àdúrà lágbà yìí kú ọlọ́jọ́ mẹ́ta 72 hours with God. Bàbá ìsọjí orí afẹ́fẹ́ Prọfẹ̀t Táíwò Òjó. Ti CAC májẹ̀mú àánú ni Ọlọ́run máa ṣe àpàdé àdúrà ìfúnlóṣù mẹ́ta. Àkórí ìtìjú yìí bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti Friday 11, Saturday 12 àti Sunday 13. Nígbà tí mo wò ó fín. When I look at it more closely. Gbogbo ẹrù ogun tí ì ṣe tiẹ̀. Ó tó àkókò fún ọ láti wá jálẹ̀ nú àdúrà. Ìkórìtà ìpínyà pẹ̀lú ìwà tógun ní 72 hours títí ọ̀tà yìí. ọ̀pọ̀ ọ̀rẹ́ sí ọlọ́run àti àwọn olórin ẹ̀mí bíi Tọ́pẹ́ Àlàbí, Dáre Mélòdì, Ìlàjà Akétorí ọlọ́run sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Kẹ́ni ológun àrà, Bridget Adénúbi Esther, ni wọ́n máa pẹ̀lú bàbá ìsọjí orí afẹ́fẹ́ Prọfẹ̀t Táíwò Òjó ṣiṣẹ́ rẹ̀ ṣẹ́. Mexican tó wà ní kìlómítà 18, Ifẹ̀ Ìbàdàn Expressway ló ń ṣègèrè láti máa pàdé. Ọkọ̀ ọ̀fẹ́ máa wà ní Ìwó-Road àti Olúbàdàn Estate. Aago 9 òwúrọ̀ táwọn bá ti wọnú ìpàdé àdúrà lọ́jọ́ Friday. Ọjọ́ Monday la máa ṣọ́rí ọ̀fẹ́. Ẹ̀rù ogun tí kì í ṣe tiẹ̀. Mexican ní kò wá lọ já sí nínú àdúrà.
Welcome back to the news on Splash 105.5 FM. Now turning to the foreign scene. Queen Elizabeth II will hold her first in-person meeting with a foreign leader in over a year when she hosts US President Joe Biden on June 13 after he attends a G7 summit. Buckingham Palace announced that the 95-year-old monarch will meet the President and First Lady Jill Biden at Windsor Castle, west of London, where she has largely lived since the coronavirus pandemic first swept Britain in March 2020. The Queen, who has received her 2 doses of COVID-19 vaccination, has been holding the vast majority of meetings virtually, including audiences with foreign ambassadors. It will be her first meeting in person with a foreign head of state since the pandemic hit and her most high-profile official engagement since presiding over the state opening of Parliament on May 11th. The meeting with the President and First Lady will come the day after the Queen's official birthday and will follow the 3-day summit of group of 7 leaders in Cornwall, southwest England. The family of Belarusian journalist Roman Protasevich says he was coerced into making a confession on TV of organizing anti-government protests. Mr. Protasevich, age 26, was arrested in Minsk last month after his flight to Lithuania was diverted. In a tearful appearance on state TV, he praised President Alexander Lukashenko and admitted attempting to topple him. Marks were visible on his wrist. Human rights and opposition campaigners say he was tortured. Mr. Protasevich was editor of the opposition Nexta channel on the Telegram messaging app until last year. He was put on a list of individuals involved in terrorist activity by the government in Belarus. Finally, in sports, Arsenal has confirmed Brazil defender David Luiz will leave the club when his contract expires, while Martin Odegaard, Dani Ceballos and Matt Ryan are also set to depart the Emirates Stadium. Luiz opted not to accept Arsenal's offer of a new contract as he called an end to his 2-year stay in North London. The former Chelsea centre-back endured some difficult times with the Gunners as he struggled with inconsistent form before missing the end of his season due to injury. Luiz, who's 34, helped Mikel Arteta's side with the FA Cup in 2020 and gave an emotional speech to his teammates before their last game of the Premier League season. Just before we go, a recap of the headlines. President Buhari has sought global support to develop Niger Basin. Military has denied enforcing mass compulsory retirement of officers. US President Queen Elizabeth to meet in person after G7 summit. Arsenal confirmed David Luiz is among players to leave Premier League side. For more details on the news, visit our website on www.splashfm1055.com. Now you can download the Splash FM mobile app on iOS, BlackBerry World and Google Play Store to listen live, get news update, opinion poll, and also report an event live to us through the iReport feature. To download, simply go to any of the stores mentioned and search for Splash FM 105.5, then click to download. We have now come to the end of the news on Splash 105.5 FM, the Integrity Station and the best radio station in the southwest of the country. The news editor is Tunde Olawu, assisted by Chinwe Churchill. I'm Ronke Giwa Onafuwa. Good afternoon and thank you for listening.
Quick, Charger 240.
Hot news, cool vibes, sports, and more on the Integrity